Hello and welcome to Newsroom series right here on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Today our focus is on the Northeast region. In what has been described as a significant example of effective collaboration between Nigeria and the United States in the fight against terrorism, President Bola Tinubu has announced the elimination of wanted IS senior leader Abu Bilal al-Manuki, also known as Abu Mainok, in the Lake Chad Basin. In the message he released on his X, formerly known as Twitter handle, the president wrote, quote, "Our determined Nigerian armed forces working closely with the armed forces of the United States conducted a daring joint operation that dealt a heavy blow to the ranks of the Islamic State. Early assessments confirmed the elimination of the wanted IS senior leader Abu Bilal al-Manuki, also known as Abu Mainok, along with several of his lieutenants during a strike on his compound in the Lake Chad Basin. Nigeria appreciates this partnership with the United States in advancing our shared security objectives. I extend my sincere gratitude to President Trump for his leadership and unwavering support in this effort. I commend the personnel involved on both sides for their professionalism and courage, and I look forward to more decisive strikes against all terrorist enclaves across the nation." End quote. Meanwhile, President Tinubu's announcement of the breakthrough in eliminating Islamic State terrorists comes as troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hiding Kai, in coordination with partners, successfully conducted a precision air-land counterterrorism operation, resulting in the neutralization of Abu Bilal al-Manuki, the ISIS global second-in-command and most senior Islamic State of West Africa province leader, alongside several of his key lieutenants and fighters. The operation, conducted in the early hours of today, May the 16th, at Metele in Borno State within Sector 3 of the theater, followed sustained intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance efforts, which confirmed the presence of the high-value target and a cell within a concealed enclave. Abu Bilal al-Manuki, also known as Abu Bakr ibn Muhammad ibn Ali al-Manuki, was a prominent figure within ISWAP's leadership structure, with links to transnational terrorist networks operating across the Lake Chad Basin and the wider Sahel region. He had previously been designated by the United States Department of State as a specially designated global terrorist for his role in facilitating operational coordination and resource mobilization for terrorist activities. In communities recovering from years of insurgency in northeastern Nigeria, the scars of conflict remain most visible among women and children. Separated from families, displaced from their homes and exposed to different forms of violence, many continue to struggle with rebuilding their lives. In response, the Yobe State government is stepping up efforts to promote healing and reintegration.
About 100 volunteers are undergoing training on social integration in Yobe State to support individuals and families affected by the Boko Haram insurgency. The initiative is being implemented by the Northeast Youth Initiative for Development, with a focus on helping survivors reconnect with their communities and rebuild social trust.
We have a package for children in conflict with the law, where we establish a desk office at Ministry of Justice to see that we have 3 desk officers in those locations. So we have one in Damaturu, Bujuba, and also Badi LGA. What they are going to do, work hand in hand with them to see that those children in conflict with the law, we are being taken care of, which NAIF will support those children in order to maybe pay bail and also support those children to be self-reliant.
Because if your communities live in peace, there will be what? Progress, there will be what? Development, there will be what? A lot of things will happen there. But any community, any society that is indebted with war, that is indebted with conflict, what is the consequences? IDPs go, relocation, this whatsoever, there will be nothing. Business will collapse, civil service will collapse, everything will collapse. So therefore we need your support.
Officials say women and children remain among the most vulnerable in communities recently liberated from insurgent control. Sadly, displacement and gender-based violence continue to pose major challenges that require coordinated interventions.
This project, strengthening resilience and social reintegration of conflict, affected children, women, and survival of gender-based violence comes at critical time. It speaks directly to our state's priority of restoring hope and rebuilding community in Ujuba, Gulani, Tarmo Abade, and Damaturu.
Meanwhile, the National Human Rights Commission is preparing to unveil the 2024 to 2028 National Action Plan aimed at strengthening human rights protection across the country. At a pre-zonal consultative meeting in Damaturu, stakeholders from government agencies and civil society gathered to provide inputs that will help shape the framework and harmonize responses to emerging human rights challenges.
The National Human Rights Commission, as the coordinating and oversight body for the implementation of the National Action Plan, deemed it necessary to convene a state consultative forum with relevant stakeholders. This forum will provide us with the platform to discuss modalities, clarified roles and responsibilities, harmonize efforts across sectors, and address emerging gaps. More importantly, it will also allow us to strengthen synergy between ministries, departments, and agencies.
As recovery efforts continue in the Northeast, authorities say strengthening community reintegration and protecting human rights remain critical steps towards restoring stability and dignity for citizens affected by years of conflict.
In Bauchi, the State Police Command has inaugurated a task force implementation committee on safe schools following rising threats to educational institutions by criminal groups. Now, the multi-stakeholder task force is expected to provide a coordinated and sustainable framework for protecting schools against insecurity and violence. Now, our correspondent Hajra Ali reports that the platform will also serve as a strategic response mechanism and prevent security structure.
It's exactly a year since the launch of the Police Safe Schools initiative and establishment of the Schools Protection Squad in Bauchi State. Today, the Bauchi State Police Command is marking another milestone with the inauguration of a task force implementation committee on safe schools. Coordinator of the Bauchi State Safe Schools initiative, Musa Ahmadu, highlights records of recent attacks on some tertiary institutions by hoodlums, criminal gangs, and armed robbers. He also notes the operational successes recorded by the Schools Protection Squad, including arrest and prosecution of suspects. The multi-stakeholder task force committee will strengthen the implementation of the Safe Schools initiative through clear operational guidelines and coordinated action.
It is my expectation that the deliberations and resolutions from this meeting will produce practical and sustainable strategies capable of strengthening school security across Bauchi State. Specifically, the Safe School Implementation Task Force are tasked with 1. Review current security setups for schools, especially focusing on boarding schools. 2. Identify gaps in existing arrangements. And 3. Agree on action points. More patrols, better intelligence sharing, closer collaborations between police, schools, and communities.
The Bauchi State government appeals to members of the committee to take the assignment seriously.
Again, I want you to move beyond mere rhetoric. Walk the talk. Walk the talk in the sense that do it with professionalism. On our part, on the part of government, there is no request you will present, especially when you encounter some difficulty. There is no request we will not project and present with excellence.
Although Bauchi State has 0 cases of school abduction, the police says it's been proactive following controversies around the implementation of the Safe Schools initiative across Nigeria, as concerns remain about potential threats capable of disrupting academic activities and creating fear among students and other stakeholders. Hajra Aliyu, Channels Television News.
We're back in Yobe, and this time Borno, where both state governments have partnered a civil society organization, Grow Strong Foundation, to help support 300 displaced population with mattresses, mats, beddings, and even hygiene kits. Babasheu Isa, the project officer, the civil society alongside State Emergency Management Agency, while presenting the items to the beneficiaries, explained the gesture is to ease the challenges faced by the displaced communities.
Shelter, among other basic needs, is one of the most major challenges faced by internally displaced persons, especially in the conflict-affected areas. These women and children are some of the recently displaced persons in Gujba local government area in Yobe State and Magumeri in Borno State, living with host communities. The state government, in partnership with civil society organizations, is handing over emergency placement kits to 300 women and children in the two locations of Gujba and Magumeri.
These people that we are supporting now is part of the project that we have a case management, which we identify them through the case management process, and we'll support them with the preference of the services in regards to the cases we identify. For instance, this is NFI, which will support these categories of children called children at risk. This includes unaccompanied and separated with the emergency placement kits. And this includes a lot of NFIs, which will make them feel safe and improve their well-being.
They are supporting the IDP because they right from this inception to the registration and then today to the distribution, we are aware as and we have partnership. This is just a partnership with the LSF and the Nigerian Humanitarian Fund and support these vulnerable people from the different community.
Baitu Isa, who has a sick child that cannot walk, talk or sit down on his own, says he has never received assistance after being displaced until now.
My son has been sick. He cannot sit down, walk or talk. I reported the matter to different authorities, including our village head, to know what the problem is, but nothing has been done. This is my first time of receiving any support.
Other beneficiaries thank the state government and its partners for coming to their aid.
We were given mattresses, bed sheets, buckets, toothpaste for our children. We are grateful to GSF for the donation.
We appreciate the provision of bedding to our children. GSF has been supporting us for about 2 to 3 years. We are grateful.
The donations, which were funded by the National Humanitarian Fund, is part of the child protection support for internally displaced persons and returnees.
When we come back after the break, a Newsroom series, the Taraba State Government reaffirms its commitment to providing quality healthcare delivery to its residents. Join us again. Welcome back to Newsroom series. We're in Taraba now, where the state government has dismissed rumors making the rounds that it has sold out the state specialist hospital to some organizations. The state government made the clarification during an inspection tour of the hospital, which is currently undergoing rehabilitation after over 3 decades of existence.
5 months since its closure for renovations, work has reached an advanced stage at the Taraba State Specialist Hospital. And Governor Agbu Kefes is here to ensure strict compliance to specifications of its renovation and remodeling. The hospital was shut in January this year after over 30 years of existence without renovation. Already, the state government has identified and distributed staff of the health institution to other hospitals across the state for uninterrupted specialist healthcare service delivery.
We're looking at latest August. If it's going to spill, it will spill maybe a week or 2 into September. we should be able to deliver this project maximum September. We've been fully mobilized. We've had ample support from the government, from the commissioner, through the commissioner, and the management of the hospital. We've had a fantastic relationship with them.
The acting chief medical director says he's optimistic of delivering a quality work that will serve the purpose of the hospital.
You can see the pace of the work is going smoothly. We've been here, we watch the pace, we go along. And from the one we know they're going to deliver and the pace at which they are, hopefully they're going to deliver, and we're going to come back as usual to offer the services needed for our teeming population, what they need at most. You've heard it from them all, as well as my Honorable Commissioner. So you be rest assured that you're in a safe and safe place. It's just time, matter of time.
For the state government, it's an opportunity to address the state that the hospital is not sold out, and the ongoing renovation is not sponsored by any organization or individual, as rumors suggest.
Let me put it on record that this hospital still belongs to Taraba State government. We have not sold this hospital to anybody, and we do not have any intention of selling this hospital. This hospital is going to be here to serve our people so that our people can have the best. For the sake of the record, this very remodeling and renovation is undertaken by Taraba State government. We do not have any support from anybody to do this work. This is 100% done by Taraba State government.
The renovation and remodeling is expected to rejuvenate staff commitment to ensure uninterrupted healthcare delivery for residents and neighboring states.
Adamawa State is taking bold steps toward a cleaner and technology-driven future with the launch of its e-mobility initiative. The unveiling of electric tricycles by Governor Umar Fintiri is a strategic move aimed at driving industrial growth, creating jobs, expanding renewable energy access, and positioning the state as a destination for green investment.
For many, the unveiling of electric tricycles in Adamawa State is simply an initiative to boost transportation. But beyond that is a bigger picture which focuses on economic and environmental sustainability for the people.
Who is that person?
The locally assembled electric tricycles signal a major shift towards the emerging green technology and clean transportation.
The introduction of these electric mobility tricycles represent a sustainable urban and rural transportation initiative that is both affordable and environmentally friendly. Beyond reducing carbon emissions, this project is designed to improve the livelihoods of not only riders but the entire people, while supporting the state's vision for a greener and more resilient economy.
In their separate messages, representatives of the National Union of Road Transport Workers and Nigeria Labour Congress in Adamawa State applaud the initiative by the state government.
You have modernized the roads, both urban and rural. Now you are modernizing the machines with CNG vehicles. Today we are witnessing electric vehicles. Tomorrow we don't know what it will bring for us. And we believe this thing will transform the entire state economically.
On behalf of the organized labor and leadership of that labor and the workers of Adamawa State, I want to thank you, sir. And we truly would galvanize and put together synergy, going behind you strongly in supporting and ensuring that this scheme succeeds and is sustainable.
It reflects the state government's commitment to building an economy that embraces innovation while improving the lives of ordinary citizens.
Today, we gather here in Yola to witness yet another milestone, the rollout of electric tricycle assembled right here in Adamawa State. The vehicles you see here today are product of innovations, local capacity, and shared commitment to progress. They have undergone rigorous testing and now ready to serve the people of Adamawa State.
Tricycle mobility to the benefit of mankind and to the good of humanity alone.
Governor Umaru Fintiri proceeds to unveil the electric tricycles and takes a ride in one of them. This is followed by a guided tour of the facilities, which include vehicle assembly, maintenance, charging infrastructure, battery services, logistics and technical training. Industry experts say the initiative has the potential to generate employment opportunities across multiple sectors as Adamawa State launches itself into the growing number of clean energy transportation spaces.
As the direct primaries begin today, the All Progressives Congress in Gombe State says it is committed to conducting free, fair and transparent exercise. This is a position commonly repeated by party stalwarts during a series of high-profile visitations to the palaces of 5 monarchs across Akko and Yamal-Tudeba local government areas in Gombe, Central Senatorial District.
This high-powered delegation of members of the All Progressives Congress on a tour of 5 palaces of paramount monarchs across Yamal-Tudeba and Akko local government areas of Gombe State is the rollout power shift agreement of the Gombe Central Senatorial seat to be zoned to Yamal-Tudeba local government area. The leader of the mission is the majority whip of the House of Representatives, Mr. Bello Kumu, along with party stalwarts from the 22 wards of Gombe Central Senatorial District who re-echoed Governor Inouye's support to the party's preferred choice, retired Deputy Commissioner of Police Muhammad Ahmad from Yamal-Tudeba local government area. Seemingly satisfied with the visits and expressing optimism ahead of the 2027 polls, members of the delegation emphasize party unity and underscore commitment to transparent and credible primaries commencing Saturday, 16th of May, 2026.
Violence have never yielded its desired results. What is most important, if you are popular, you are popular. Nobody is going to rig you in the field. If we are able to rig you, that means you are unpopular. So you never rig a popular candidate. But what we know is that our candidates are deeply rooted and accepted by the silent majority. And we are going to emerge victorious. As a team, we have the unity list on the side of the governor. We did not deny anybody the opportunity to exercise his franchise. We are not even pleading for anybody to step down. If you think you can come forward, come forward.
I have no primaries. My own is affirmation. Because of the fact that the governor, we were 7, but the rest agreed that yes, the governor pleaded on my behalf and on behalf of my constituents. They all agree and succumbed. And you can see we are moving together with all of them supporting me, including the member of House of Representatives representing Akko. The same thing with other places. In the entire Gombe State, we have only 1 or 2 seats that we're having maybe 2 aspirants. So it's credible, and that's good for democracy, because understanding is the basis of any development.
For retired DCP Muhammad Ahmad, who is tipped to be the party's preferred candidate for the Gombe Central Senatorial District seat, the visits are historic as they are signs of greater development in the senatorial zone.
I have been a police officer and I retired 35 years ago. 2003, I contested for the House of Reps and failed woefully. I obtained my form, paid, and contested. So I'm sure this is the time God has destined that everything will be possible. And whatever God has a hand, nobody can stop it.
Constituents held the visit, saying rotating Gombe's Central Senatorial seat to Yamal-Tudeba local government area upholds distributive justice and party unity ahead of 2027 elections.
At least for now, let's give trial to other people and see what they will bring. I know definitely something better will come.
Like what and what?
In terms of empowerment, in terms of infrastructure development, other bills. You know, they have been pursuing a bill of to establish Federal Medical Center, DEBA, for a very long period of time. It has not been actualized. Look at Federal Orthopedic Hospital, Kumo, Biliri. It has been actualized by in a very short period of time. We have been deceived for a very long period of time by this man. He has been deceiving us. So I think it's far better for us to at least try somebody from Emol to Deba.
While emphasizing commitment to President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda and reaffirming loyalty to Governor Inuehe's call for peaceful conduct of primaries, members of the All Progressives Congress expressed confidence of landslide victories in 2027.
And that we've come to the end of the program Newsroom series, taking a look at the Northeast region. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ayo Tunde Balogun.